Hey there everybody, it's Rain here, and I've got a Dragons of Tarkir draft here for you guys. Um, so right off the bat there's Crater Elemental, which isn't good, so I want to look to maybe take something else from this pack. Let's take a look at this Megamorph. It looks decent. Is it better than Sarkhan's Rage? I'm going to go with it. See how it goes. Does look quite good. Ooh, reprint of Explosive Vegetation. Didn't actually see that. If we took Sarkhan's Rage out of the first pack, we could take Tail Slash now, but given that we didn't, there's some decent green cards to stay on color, like Stampeding Elkherd, which is a 5/5 for 5. It's good stats for what you get, and you only need 3 more power to get the effect off, which isn't hard at all. So I'm going to take it. Ooh, there's some good cards in this pack. There's a couple great blue cards, but there is Shield Bearer. Shield Bearer is quite good. You can play it early if your opponent's being aggressive and just trade it off, or you can Megamorph it, and it has some synergies with the Ambusher, and has some good +1/+1 counter synergies. If we end up in green-white, best green common, Epic Confrontation, really good card. It's not really anything else in the pack that's even close to it, so yeah, very happy to take it. It's a good sign that green might be open. There are a couple good blue cards again, but again, blue is not one of the color combinations with green, so I'm not really looking to take those. Black again is also not, but Sensitive Scavenger is okay. It's probably the best card for me. I'm not going to take any of these white or red cards, so definitely have some bolster and some enablers for +1/+1 counters. So ideally I would be white with this, but I haven't seen a lot of good white. Green's been fairly open though, so suspect somebody pretty close to me is drafting blue-white. Of course I'm going to see a pacifism now and then question every single thing I thought of. There's been some things that make me wish I was red and some things that made me wish I was green. So I'm not too displeased with the fact that I moved in on green. Glade Watcher is pretty good. Dragon's Guard Bear is okay. I kind of like Glade Watcher because it's a very good contributor to the magic number 8. In addition, it does stop pretty much all attackers until turn 5-ish, so I enjoy that. Where I can start dropping down my bigger creatures and megamorphing my other creatures to prepare for later on in the game. Dragon's Guard Bear is one I'd like to see how it does, but I don't like it just straight off as a 3-mana 3/2. It doesn't really do much until you get the mana for it. Not really looking for a 3-mana Fog. None of these black cards are great. Best card in this pack is probably Tygam Strike, but the next best card is probably Conifer Strider. It has some good. This is a card that works well with Bolster, and I was saying that I do have a lot of sort of bolster effects and putting counters on things. Works pretty great with Epic Confrontation. They can't respond since you have Hexproof and it gives some toughness. So it'll fit well in this deck. That's a really late Bloodchin Fanatic. People don't respect the fact that it's just a 3-mana 3/3. But it's not really what I'm looking for. I'm more interested in this Dragon's Guard Bear. It's the only green card that I really think is good in this pack, besides maybe Airy in the right deck. But we don't have that deck right now, so Dragon's Guard Bear it is. Wow. Anok Survivalist is pretty good. The upside may not happen all that often, but when it does, you can get rid of pacifisms and other things like that. Sieges as well. Could take a Dragon Fodder as well and move in on a second color, but I don't think that's better than taking a Survivalist. Pinion Feast is actually a pretty good card in this format. Might even be main deckable. It's expensive, but it gets the bolster and it kills dragons. They don't really have a lot of removal yet. I grab an Tarkir Monument. If I end up in red-green, I'm going to kind of want this. And it gives me some decent reach for super later on. It's better than Statue. I take a Naturalize for the board. No reason to be in another color still. I don't mind if my opponents play Tomb Shell, but I think I'd rather take it than the Sadist. Sadist doesn't really stop me from doing anything, so while Tomb Shell can block some of my bigger creatures. That was an interesting first pack. Just green was very open, but red and white really weren't. So I'm currently monocolor. Alright, this pack. There's a Tail Slash if I wanted to move in on red. There's a Pacifism if I wanted to move in on white. There's also a Bowmasters, which is a really good green card. For me, it's between Pacifism and Bowmasters. I think Pacifism is ridiculously strong, but Bowmasters is not that much weaker, and it keeps me on color to remain open to see if red or white is open. I think I'll take the Bowmasters. Tarkir's command isn't very good, so for me it's between a Spined Worm. None of these white cards really stand out, and that red card's bad. Guess I just take the Critic. Not happy about it though. There's a Tail Slash in this pack, and one reason I'm glad I didn't move it. I guess I could take the Beast Breaker too. Green is just so open that I might end up mono green, and I do enable this guy quite easily. He's a very big threat. And there's a couple really good red cards though. Pummeler, especially for this deck, can just close out games, and Tail Slash is really good removal. This one's hard. I think I'll take the Beast Breaker simply because I might just be mono green at this point. And it is a very good card. Hey, there's another Airy Bowmasters. Really good. This guy is decent. I just don't have enough of a mana sink for me to want to play him. By the time I'm activating Formidable, I will already be playing cards that are super late, so I don't have any dragons. Take the Bowmasters. Well, first pack there's no green cards. So look to the red and the white cards, not very good. Could take this Reduce in Stature, it's probably the best card in the pack. That Shaman's interesting, but it's more for like red-black with Dash. I'm going to take the Reduce in Stature. Green-blue is not typically what you want to be in. However, it is a very good removal spell, and red and white have really been cut, so maybe I end up red blue or green blue. And blue has been fairly open, so might pick up some good cards. There's a collected company, I want to see how good that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 targets for it right now. It's not ideal. There's really good black cards in this pack, and no really good red cards. Guess I'll take a I want a flatten or a Faltung. If I'm splashing black, I'd like the flatten. Flatten's better than reduce in stature. Man, are people moving in on green or something? Maybe. The shaman's still here. It's decent with epic confrontation, and it's okay at triggering formidable, so I'll take the shaman. Don't want the sight of the Scale Lords. Not really into Butcher's Glee. This tail slash is really late. I don't like the fact that green's suddenly being cut. Could take the Anticipate or the tail slash. Don't want to take another color of cards, even though tail slash works well with the Tarka's Monument. Just take... I'll take the Butcher's Glee. Kind of just move in on black. I think Anticipate is a much better card, but I think I can start looking to play these two more. And the benefit of playing those is higher than the benefit of playing Anticipate or Tail Slash. I say as I pull this pack, Zephyr Scribe, getting no respect. Stormrider Rake. Might play it. It's not a very powerful equipment, but more likely to play that than anything else in that pack. River Skeleton's pretty good. Can work well with some bolster effects. If I get this to be big, then he'll be very hard to deal with. Tail Slash this late? Yeah, just hate it out. Not playing anything else there. Another skeleton's good. I guess I'll take the... Goblin's really unplayable. Negate isn't. Looking to be green-black. Might even put this Tomb Shell back in for now. Because there's a good chance we can pick up late Grim contests because it's not very good for most people. Mastery's great, but it would be a splash and I have no support for that card right now. Warbeast could be okay. What does this guy read? Where is he? Whenever permanent controls turn face up, put some counters on it. Seems really good if I can get that going. This is very slow, but I don't have a super high end. So it's this Crotic and kind of the Beastbreaker. I think it's better than Sultai Emissary on the splash, so I'll take it. Wild Call and Destructor Dragon. Be happy with both of those. Whisper of the Wilds as well I'd be happy with, but I think I'm just going to take the Wild Call. Almost mono green, so it's kind of where it's at its absolute best, but it's still very good anyway. I'll take a Whisper of the Wilds here. Very happy with that. Would be fine with the Soul Flare, but I still don't ideally like the double black, and Whisperer is kind of just amazing in this deck. If I was green-blue, I could take this Ethereal Ambush. I could also take a Dismal Backwater, maybe splash a blue card, reduce in stature, maybe. There's nothing really else for me in this pack, so I'll take the Dismal Backwater. Thornwood Falls enables that splash easier. Maybe I get one of the Ethereal Ambushes back. Winds of Kalsisma could be excellent, actually. I'll take the Winds. It seems very good. Return to the Earth is a card that people will misjudge, but it's actually very main deckable. Kills everything you want it to, and not playing any of the other cards. There's that late Grim Contest I was hoping for. It's understandable, but I'm definitely happy to see it. I take another Return to the Earth. Second one's probably going in the sideboard. Now I'll play it over Pinion Feast. Extra mana for Bolster 2 might be good, but I think the ability to kill sieges and pacifisms is a nice upside, in addition to the less mana cost. This guy's taking a while. So it looks like I have a deck. It'll be pretty good. Not what I expected to play off of a Dragons Favor Forge draft. But as I kind of mentioned, red and white were being cut very, very highly. I get to play the sit and wait game. This Tomb Show might not make the cut. It's good with Grim Contest, but unless I see another one, I don't think I'm seeing anything new out of these packs. Just gonna hate the card that's scariest. Maybe I actually play the Sultai Remark in some matchup. Alright, still sitting and waiting. Destructor Dragon tabled, happy. Nothing I really want out of this pack, so I'll take the Goreswine. Hate the Jeskai Runemark. Thornwood Falls. I'll take that Marty Remark out. Alright. And that goes down to 1. There we go. So, time to build the deck. Don't want to play these. Not super happy with Butcher's Glee. Really just want black to be a splash. I'll try out one Return to the Earth in the main. It still is a little situational, which I don't like. See how many times I board it in. And last cut. These are all pretty good cards. like the fact that you can megamorph these. Maybe the shaman goes out, just because you can't megamorph it, it isn't like super efficient removal. And it's not amazing. Yeah, I think the shaman goes out. So I'll be playing five black sources. Half of my black cards can be cast without black sources since they're megamorphs. And my entire deck is pretty much green. I don't want to get screwed on that. That's 12 green sources. I could probably afford going down to 11-6. Yep. Seems good. Alright, let's take this deck out for a spin. DBF. I'll be back for gameplay, guys.